This question is asking us to draw a graph, so we should recognise that that means we need some coordinates. So we've got to work through what's going on with the x values to get the y values. And what we've got to recognise about this is it's not a straight line graph because we're doing an x times an x. So we're creating an x squared out of this, and therefore we should be thinking that the graph has got to be of a curved form, U-shaped technically. So because we know that, then we need to use all the x values as possible to get as many points to get the smooth curve going. Keep it simple though and keep to the whole numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And we can either multiply this bracket out, or we can just simply replace the x into each bit and then do the sum with the brackets. So if we look at what happens with 3, for example, then basically we're saying the y value is 3 lots of 3 take away 3. Well, that means 3 lots of 0. 3 take away 3 is 0, so 0. So when we got x is 3, the y value will be 0. And then we're similarly doing the same thing for all of these. So for this one, for example, we're saying that the y value is 4 lots of 4 take away 3, because replace x with the value of 4. And 4 take away 3 is 1, and 4 1s are 4. So we know this is going to be 4. And we do that for all of these. So when it's 0, then we've got 0 times, which is always 0. Then when we do 1, we've got 1 times whatever this is, and 1 take away 3 is negative 2. When we put 2 here, 2 take away 3 is negative 1, and 2 lots of that is negative 2. When we put 5 here, 5 take away 3 is 2, so 5 lots of 2 is 10. And then when we put 6 here, 6 take away 3 is 3, and 6 lots of 3 is 18. So there's our coordinates, and therefore we should plot those carefully on the grid. So at 0, we've got 0, because each of these gives us a coordinate, remember? So 0, 0, 1, negative 2, and so forth. So 0, 0, 1, negative 2, 2, negative 2, 3, 0, 4, 4, 5, 10, and of course we can't plot the other one because we haven't got enough on our scale, but we've got enough points to see the shape. Now what we've got to remember this, and it's really important this guys, is that this is about a U-shaped graph, so therefore we must make sure we have a U going on here, so we don't just draw straight across there. So we try and draw the smoothest curve possible, so we've got to go through all the x's, so don't take our pen off the paper, and we're trying to draw the smoothest U possible. Okay. That would give enough for the marks, although we're slightly off on that one from me, but it's not that far out. It would be within the tolerance of the drawing the graph. Worked out the values, plotted the points, drawn the graph. We then see that this question goes on, and it talks about solving simultaneous equations, y equals and x squared plus y equals. Well, again, what you should realise here is that x squared plus y squared equals r squared is the general equation. So it's the general equation of circles. So basically that would produce a circle of radius r, and that is equal to r squared. So r is equal to 3. And they're saying simultaneous, so basically what's happening here is that there's a circle going on for x squared plus y squared equals 9, and we've already drawn that graph, so basically this graph is doing this, and the point of intersection is the solution. So all we need to do is draw the circle on the original graph and look for the point of intersection. Well, when we go back to the graph, we can see that x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. That's telling me that r is equal to 3. So I know it's a circle that's going to go in a radius of 3. And if I put some values in here, then when x is 0, y must be 3. So we know that's going to be there. And we know it's a circle, so basically we know this thing's going over here, around here, and so forth. Now we don't have to do any more than that, because we can see that there is only one point of intersection. This curve, or this circle will go round, yeah, it'll come over here and may meet over here, but all they're asking for is the solution of this equation on the part of the graph that we can see. So the point of intersection was at 3, 0. So our answer is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 0. Now we would check, of course, because we'd say, right, the y equals that, then when x is 3, yeah, so when x is 3, y is definitely 0. And when we use x squared plus y squared equals, then we can see that when x is 3 plus that equals 9. So our check works, that is the solution. And the method was by basically recognizing that it's about a circle going across another graph, and the point of intersection is the solution. And that's how you could answer that question. Much easier to have done that method. There is another method where you could have substituted this y into the y squared. That would have created power 4s and various other things, and you should realise at GCSE level that's probably going one step too far. So ask yourself, is there an easy solution? And sometimes drawing graphs and looking for the point of intersection is an easier way of getting the answer expected.